twice the one. You, what we been through, I miss you. And you can't lie, you miss me too. If I roll through, but you...
In today's video, we're going to be talking about a few comments that stood out to me under a few of my videos. And we're just going to be running over my opinions and how I feel about it. Before we get into this video, I just want to say that this is not to downgrade anybody's opinion. You have your opinion, I have mine, and that's always how it's going to be. Also, a lot of people are really uptight about the videos that I make. If you do not like the videos that I make, it is nothing to not click on these videos or to block my channel. But clearly you guys like them, even the haters, so you're going to continue to come back and just spread your negativity to me. But this is just something I love to do, whether or not you guys see it as disrespect towards Aaliyah or not. I know what it is and what it's not, and I'm just gonna call it like it is, whether people like it or not. And so, yeah, it is what it is. If you do not like this type of content, go find another Aaliyah channel. There's many channels you can watch, and be happy. Be peaceful with yourself. Anyways, let's get into today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. So the first comment was under my video. Aaliyah gave everyone an attitude on the set of Hot Like Fire, and this person just responded with, Aaliyah was very protective of her energy. Starting off, I don't even think that her attitude had anything to do with her protecting her energy on set. She probably just got into a little altercation with her parents or somebody who was upsetting her. Maybe she wasn't in the mood to even go film that, but she just had to because it was work. People have their days where they don't feel good, and it's not necessarily because they're trying to protect their... I don't even think she had an attitude with people on set. I just think that she didn't speak to anyone on set. She was just in her own world, and just it was one of those nights. I don't think it was like a spiritual thing as to why she was acting the way she was on set, because her energy was extremely pure. And to those who don't vibrate high will misunderstand that. High vibrational frequencies are rare, so it may come off as an attitude. None of us know how she really acted on set, like I said, and I don't think it had anything to do with vibrational energy or anything like that. Nothing spiritual. She was just a young teenager going through problems and going through things that regular people go through, because at the end of the day, artists are regular people, just with a bigger name. They're nothing special. They're no gods, nothing. So she was probably just going through something minor that day and just wasn't in the mood to talk to anyone. It looked like she still enjoyed herself. She was smiling with her friends in some pictures. And many people can confuse that with something else, and that is probably why people thought she had an attitude. I appreciate you like her, but understand that she was RAPED before, so I could see why she could have been protective. It was said that she, and I'm just gonna keep repeating myself, but it was said that she did not speak to anyone on set. It never said she had an attitude. I was just pushing the title, just making it extra, but it wasn't that she had an attitude. It was just that she wasn't talking to anyone, right? I don't believe that it had anything to do with her being RAPED, because that was a relationship she enjoyed. That was a relationship that she had no problem with, no issue with. I'm gonna have to make a separate video about that, because a lot of people just think that she was very scarred from what he did, and I think she began to get scarred after he made her do all that crazy stuff. You know, I'll get into it in another video. So I'm not gonna even blame her attitude on what happened to her with Robert, right? It has nothing to do with that. Personally, that's just how I felt, but I do understand your comment and how you feel, and it is welcome, and thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. Let's move on to the next comment. So the next comment was under my video, Beyonce admits to Jay she was competing with Aaliyah. This person just said, I'm gonna do videos about these people, and you guys were literally toddlers when they were starting their careers. Now, I hate when, I feel like I addressed this comment before, but I hate when people bring age into it. It has nothing to do with age, and he's talking about we were toddlers when they were starting their careers. He's correct. He's correct. But we're also toddlers when we start school, and we gradually learn throughout the years, right? We're taught, and the media, they know. Hollywood is one big entertainment system. The media knows exactly what's going on with these celebrities. That's why they talk about it. And some of it eventually gets exposed. It comes out to be true. And some of it goes unnoticed because some people have the money to cover up their problems, right? Like Beyonce and Jay-Z. But it does not take a rocket science to educate yourself on things that happened way before you were born. It's just like school, you know, you have to learn at some point. You have to teach yourself. We also not only learn from teachers in school, we teach ourselves. So it's the same thing. I was a kid, I didn't know who she was. I mean, I got a late start out to knowing who she was. You know, when you look into someone's life, you look into the magazines. She even spoke about some of the stuff in magazines. You'll never see it because the articles, they don't exist anymore. You can find little articles on Google, but not the full thing. And you can see that she's talking about certain things. She talked about her hair too. That's why I know she wore extensions, because she talked about it in a magazine on Google. She said she would use sew-in. She would braid the back of her hair, sew in, leave out. Knew it. You know, you just have to educate yourself and do your research. Sometimes I piece together what I feel. You know, you can believe what you want to believe. You think I'm making it up, cool. But I was talking about this robber stuff when I first started my channel, and all of it came out. And then I started pointing fingers at the people who were around her. That ended up coming out, right? And a lot of people, they were talking about how Diane had parts in this. That ended up coming out. You know, it's just, it's true, it's there. And a lot of people hold secrets for celebrities for the sake of their own life. They have a part in it. They knew about it. They got paid to be quiet when it was happening. They're afraid they're gonna be a question like, you know, you were there, you were the bodyguard, you were this, why didn't you say anything? No one's gonna back up your claim or what you're talking about. But the things that I talk about end up coming out. I believe it. People are still gonna be in denial, but that's okay. There's time to learn. It takes time to learn. When you start school and you start the first level, you have to learn. You know, they gradually teach you. And it's just like in life. When you become a fan of somebody, you gradually know their life. You know, like, for example, a lot of people were saying Kylie Jenner was pregnant with Stormi. It was true. Anyways, he also said, y'all just get stuff from what you see on TV, but literally, whoever is doing this video, you were literally a toddler, so stop lying. There's not really anyone talking about the feud between Beyonce and Aaliyah, right? But it's obvious, you know. A lot of people surprisingly see it within the interview that Aaliyah and Beyonce did. And I was shocked to see a lot of people agree that it was very awkward and there was tension. It was just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me to watch, but it's not making up anything. It's right there. And people say that Beyonce didn't have a problem with Aaliyah. I find that hard to believe because she treated her group members horribly. She fired them without a care in the world. And shockingly enough, like, the puzzles just are put together without even me putting it together. When they were getting fired, LaToya, she said that the only person that came to check on her was Aaliyah. And I feel personally that's because Aaliyah knew how fake Beyonce was. And it was wrong for Beyonce to just let her father down those girls like that. And Beyonce was downing them too on camera. Those girls were genuine. And Aaliyah knew that. Aaliyah knew that Beyonce was a bully. And she checked on LaToya, and like, that's just the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I didn't know that existed, but when I heard that, I'm just like, it doesn't shock me because Aaliyah was genuine and she knew how Beyonce was. And if you're one of those people who say that Rock the Boat says, but you wanted Beyonce backwards, then you should believe this, right? Technically, also, it's right in our face. So it kind of backs up what I'm talking about. And most people see it, most people don't. whatever, you know. But Beyonce was treating her group members horrible. That's all I need. You know, she tried to do that with Aaliyah, but Aaliyah kept herself distant from the drama, which she did that with Brandy too. Theories mean, I don't really care if you believe what I'm saying or not, but I believe it. That's why I keep talking about it. I keep saying the same thing. Even if it can be cruel at times, I'm sticking to what I believe, you know. So I don't know why I continue to even address this, but why not make content out of it, right? That's basically also like saying you can't talk about anything they taught you in school because you were a toddler when you started off. That's not true. How can you talk about something that a person's been DEAD for almost 23 years? And that's just really crazy to say, because people always say this. Why are you talking about Aaliyah and this and that? She's been gone for this many years. But you have people talk about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, John F. Kennedy, other artists. You know, we talk about other people. Abraham Lincoln, he's been gone for many more years than Aaliyah. And no one ever comes for the people that talk about that, you know, and the theories that surround their suspicious, right? But when it comes to particular artists or artists who portray themselves to be something they really aren't, a lot of people are just like, oh, why are you talking about her? She was so nice. You don't know that. You weren't hanging out with Aaliyah. You don't know how her life was. Like she said, her mom would keep her real. You don't know what that was. She gave you a little, but you do not know what that was. She could have been going out to parties. She even said that one time her mom let her go to a hotel party with a bunch of older men. She was just doing things that a lot of people just don't know about or don't take the time to learn about, you know. But it doesn't matter, you know, who you talk about. We all talk about somebody who has been gone for years, right? And there's so many theories that surround celebrity deaths. And just keep that energy when people are talking about stuff that we learned from school too. They just target certain people. And it's really crazy, but at this point, you know, if it's worth making content out of, I will. But I'm just gonna start blocking people. Somebody said that they were no longer going to be watching my channel, and I just helped them out by blocking them from my channel, because you don't need to tell me that. If you are not going to watch my videos no more, just do it. I don't care. You don't hurt me by saying that. You know, I'm just going to help you out. Then you'll never see my channel again unless you're a stalker and you keep making YouTube channels trying to see my videos, right? So I helped him out and I blocked him. So he will never see my channel again. I did this to a lot of people. But anyways, last but not least, the last comment was under my video, Aaliyah was the problem, and that was, I believe, about Erica Kane. So anyways, this person just said she was playing the game instead of letting the game use her up. Now, she was playing the game. She was ahead of everybody, but she was messing around with the wrong people. You know, she was hanging, or she was, you know, doing slick stuff in front of very powerful people like Diddy. He was very powerful. I wouldn't even be surprised if he had something to do with her, right? Diddy, Jay-Z. Jay-Z was friends with Diddy, right? Hype Williams was probably friends with Jay-Z and Diddy. Very powerful duo. She was just doing people dirty, and then she was with Damon, and he was very powerful. Did he have something to do with her? I felt like he knew about it and he let it happen, because he didn't really care about Aaliyah like that. But she was investing her energy into the wrong people, or around the wrong people. Not necessarily giving it to them, but she was using her energy around the wrong people, and she was using her ability to her advantage around the wrong people. And I believe a lot of people got tired of her crap and what she was doing. And the last straw, her doing some snake stuff, was getting with Jay-Z and hanging out with him, making him feel like he had a chance, and then leaving him for his best friend in front of Hollywood. Not necessarily the cameras, but everybody seen it. All his friends, like Damon said, his friends were laughing at him. She did him dirty. That was the last straw. Jay-Z wasn't finna let Aaliyah make him look dumb like that, because he's a knowledgeable person. He's very smart. He did what he had to do. And Aaliyah was just very messy, and I think she got away with a lot of snake stuff when it came to different people, but Jay-Z was not having that, right? So she was just moving a little weird. She didn't let the game play her, but little did she know, the game is always going to be ahead of you, no matter what. If you're messing around with the right person, they're most certainly going to be ahead of you. Jay-Z was ahead of her. She was just moving a little sloppy, and I used to always wonder why her uncle gifted her a snake. I think she was the snake. Respectfully as it gets, she was doing a lot of people dirty. You know, she thought she had learned the industry, but you can't be snaking people like that and expect them not to make you look crazy, put you away, or end your life. You know, you can't move like that, you know. And she was a very soft person. She worked hard, so that was an advantage for them. They're like, oh, she works hard. She's gonna go to the Bahamas. Trust. That's where it's gonna happen. She went to the Bahamas, but they knew, like, the industry, or not the industry, but probably the industry too, like the Illuminati, but everybody she was hanging around got tired of her because of the way she was moving, the way she was doing people. And they had enough. They ganged up on her. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Oh, he also said she didn't let the game use her up. At the end, they kind of did. You know, they got what they wanted. You know, Hype, he got all the footage, or all the last footage that he wanted from the Bahama shoot. They kind of was using her at the same time without her seeing it. And then they ended up taking her out and using her image for money, her music, her whatever. I think she felt the game, clearly. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy Easter. Yeah, happy Easter 2024. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Stay crazy.
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know the feelings deep inside. So what? You, what we've been through.